Is Bitcoin on its way to 150k? In this video, I'll break down the charts of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 4 other promising assets: New Fortress Energy, Levi Strauss Incorporated, Kyber Network, and Alpaca Finance. Using raw price action, no indicators, just a clean chart structure and momentum zones. By the way, if you're not a member of Team NakedTrader yet, would you be so kind to press that subscribe button? And for now, let's start with the weekly performance of the crypto market. M is up 937%. M is meme core. Pengu is up 67.7, Mock 82.6, XLM 76.2. It was an amazing week. HBAR 46.1, Arbitrums 26.8, and a lot more. Do we see some red ones? No. Yeah, over here, Budget token is down a little bit. And from the weekly, I will change to the daily. Today's sentiment is mixed. We have some green ones and red ones. Bonk went up 11.5, Pengu 16.7, HBAR 9.5. Mental went up 5.7, and the red ones, meme core went down 7.5, Say 4.7, Pancake Swap minus 4.9, SPX minus 7.9. And from here, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Currently, we have a market cap of 3.68 trillion at a 24-hour volume of 111.44 billion, and the current fear and greed index is at 68, which is in the greed zone. And the top 10 coins of today are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, Dogecoin, Tron, and Cardano. And from here I will go to the weekly performance of the stock market. Overall, on the stocks, a mixed sentiment, maybe slightly more red than green. Microsoft went up 0.90, Nvidia went up 3.50, AMD 6.70, MicroStrategy 7.57, Netflix went down 4.01, now 10.14, Palo Alto Networks minus 7.5, Tesla minus 0.58, Alibaba minus 1.82. So a mixed sentiment here. And from here I will go to the chart of Bitcoin. Starting at the weekly. What an amazing week it was. Look at this. Current price is at $118,042. What a week. About 12 hours and 30 minutes to close this week's candle. And this week the price went up 8.07, almost 10% up. Incredible week for Bitcoin. Is it on its way to 150k? Let's find it out in today's analysis. From the weekly, wait a minute, I will show the levels. So this was the previous all-time high weekly, and this will probably be a weekly gain of the previous all-time high. So incredible. From the weekly, let's change to the daily. Look at this. Also on the daily, multiple gains of the previous high over here. And I will show last week's scenarios. And if we take a closer look, from the low over here, 102,000, this was the gain, the pullback and the entry at 105,149 as drawn over here. This was the play, the all-time high. So if you had played this scenario, then you're in profits about 14%. And if you're in after the gain on the pullback with the entry at 100, then you're 12.16%. Hope you guys took some profits there, and if you didn't do it, please consider to do so. Increase your stop loss to avoid losses, and it's looking incredible. So I consider this one as fully played out, and let me remove this one, this one. Okay, so this scenario is still in play. The pullback, the entry at 109,114. Although I prefer to see a more bullish momentum, and perhaps the entry over here at 111,743, aiming for that 125,000. And if the price fall through support at 109,000, then I would aim for the entry between 105,149 and 106,149, trying to go up from there. And let's take a closer look over here. As Bitcoin is in price discovery, let's use a Fibonacci. 126, 130 on the daily, and if I change to the weekly, normally I don't do this, but only when we are in price discovery. So between 124, 126,000, between 130 and 132,000, and then 140,000. Okay. I'll go back to the daily and make another plan here. If the price managed to go up more and perhaps test the 128,000, pullback with the entry at current level around 118,000, aiming to break that 130,000, aiming for 150,000. And let me add another level here. Incredible week for Bitcoin. Okay, and from Bitcoin I will go to New Fortress Energy. I've charted this one, when was it? At the end of 2024, somewhere in October. And the entry over here, the entry of $8.75, at that time it was the all-time low. If you had played the entry over here, initially you had profits about 11%. Later it fell a little bit through the support area, and eventually you could have had 87% profits over there. I will post a link of that previous analysis in the description so you can check it out. I hope you guys took your profits over there if you took the trade over here at $8.75. Look at this. The scenario. Oh. It didn't play as strong as hoped, but the price moved up from here at $9.87. I wouldn't have played this. I would prefer to have played something like this. And in that previous stream I mentioned, if the price fell through support over here, wait for the lower time frame reversal. And the reversal came. Here it was. So here it was, the gain from the previous high, the pullback, the entry, and from there the price went up. Okay, for now I would like to start with a clean chart. I will start at the weekly. Current price is $4.15. By the way, if you hear some noise, my neighbors are doing some construction work. They're placing a new kitchen, I think, or a new bedroom. So I hope you guys don't bother too much by it. I'll start adding some weekly levels, which are important for now. So $4.85 was previous support on the weekly over here, and now it will be resistance. This was the drop off on the weekly, $7.22, and support on the weekly also here, the $2.52. From the weekly, I will change to the daily. We have a CME gap over here between $2.52 and $3. I will add some daily levels. Okay. So for now, I would like to see the upward momentum, perhaps a test of $5.40 pullback, entry at current price levels $4.05, aiming for the continuation play, aiming to break the $6.08. If we see a stronger momentum, perhaps a test of $7.22, pullback with the entry between $4.85 and $5.43, aiming to break the $7.22. If the price rejects, then the entry at $2.52 is playable but high risk. So keep in mind, if the price falls through support at $2.52, we will see new all-time lows. And again, you need to wait for a lower time frame rotation, something like this. A gain of the previous high, pullback entry, aiming for the continuation play. So we have 4 potential scenarios for New Fortress Energy Incorporated, and from here I will go to Levi, Strauss and Incorporated. I've charted this one in 2023. The entry of $11.93 never came. We had the front run over here. The price went as low as $12.45. And again, front run over here. The price went as low as $12.24. The entry over here played out. That was the entry at $13.45. And this one didn't came. Eventually it was this play. The price went higher. Pull back the entry at $15.05. But if you had played the entry at $13.45, you could have had, let me see, about 80% profits. I hope you guys took your profits over there. I will post a link of that previous analysis in the description. For now, I would like to start with a clean chart here as well. And let's start at the monthly. Current price is at $21.95. Amazing. Look at this. From $12 to $22. I will add some monthly levels. Okay, and from the monthly, I will change to the weekly. And from the weekly, I will change to the daily. Look at this. So we can have a daily gain above here, the level here, the drop off to the low. Oh, let me change it. Color is not changing. What's going on? We can have a daily gain Monday above 2180. I will go back to the weekly. Okay. If you're not in position yet, then you're quite late. I would wait for an entry just above $19, aiming for the continuation play, trying to break that $22. And if the price falls through support at $19, then I would aim for entry at just under $18, trying to go up from there. And if the price managed to go up, perhaps a test of $24 pullback with the entry at current price $22, aiming for the continuation play. And if the price managed to go up more aggressive, perhaps test the $26 pullback with the entry at $24, aiming for the continuation, trying to break the 26.54. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Levi's, and from here I will go to Kyber Network. Starting at the weekly, the current price is just above 50 cents. Its all-time high was over here, about $5.71. So the price went down from its all-time high to its all-time low, 95%. Currently still down 91%. That's why we trade altcoins and not investing in altcoins. And we use a proper risk management. Okay, I will start adding some weekly levels. The previous support level at 39 cents. I will zoom in. So we have a low and high, and a higher low, small one, and now creating a higher high. Rejection from that drop off over here, rejection of the 63 cents, but potentially a gain of the drop off over here on the weekly. The 42 cents. I will change to the daily. Let's see what is over here. Okay, if the price closes above 50.70 cents today, then we do have a daily gain of that previous drop off. So that might be interesting. So for now, if you're not in position, I would wait for an entry around 42 cents, trying to go up from there. And the next support area will be probably here at 36, 37 cents, trying to go up from there. If the price manages to hold support and test higher, then actually I would like to see a move like this, aiming for 84 cents, and then either the strong continuation, hold support at just above 70 cents, aiming for 91 cents, or else the entry over here at 63 cents, aiming to break that 84 cents. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Kyber Network the coming days, and from here I will go to Alpaca Finance. Starting at the weekly, current price is just under 8 cents at 7.79, and I will add some levels. Okay, from the weekly, let's change to the daily. And I will zoom in. And from the daily, I will go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, this one is already tested. I'll go back to the daily and make a plan for the coming days. So if the price managed to go up, then I would like to see, let me check, the test of 28 cents, pullback with the entry around 16 cents, aiming for the continuation play. So that is a very strong move, aiming to break that 39 cents. And if the price goes lower, then I would aim for the entry just around here at 3.5 cents, trying to go up from there. If the price falls through support at 3.5 cents, then I would aim for the entry at 2.7 cents, trying to go up from there. And if the price goes up, perhaps test of 16 cents, pullback with entry at 9 cents, aiming to break that 16 cents. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Alpaca Finance, and from here I will go to Ethereum, starting at the weekly. And what a week it was for Ethereum. Less than 12 hours to close this week's candle, and the current price is at $2,962. I will show the levels. I want to adjust this one, as the price is so high now. This was the previous drop off, which brought Ethereum to the low over here, and now it is a very important point, that $2,819. If the candle closes above this week, then next week we can have a potentially weekly gain of that previous drop off, which is a very bullish signal for Ethereum in the coming days. And from the weekly I will change to the daily. Look at this, already we have daily gains in the pocket from the previous high over here, the drop off over here. And I will add another daily level. So if you take a closer look, the analysis of last week over here, the gain over here, the daily gain of the drop off, the pullback and the entry, flawless entry at $2,475. So that was this play over here, and from there the price went up just above $3,000. So if you have played the entry over here, the breakout, the pullback, you could have had 22% profits on Ethereum. So that's amazing. You can still check the analysis on the last week update. For now I will remove it. It played out. Let me remove this one. So for now this one is in play. The pullback, the entry, I'll adjust it a little bit higher. The entry at $2,819, aiming for the continuation play, aiming to break that 3,100. And if the price tests lower, then I would aim for the entry over here, $2,678, trying to go up from there. If the price managed to go higher, then I would like to see a test of 3,300 and a pullback with an entry at 3,070, aiming to break that 3,300. And if the price goes up more aggressive, test the 3,760, pullback with the entry over here, 3,265, aiming for the $4,000 for Ethereum. So 4 potential scenarios for Ethereum the coming days. For now, enjoy your day, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.